It's a jump.
She'll make 0.5 past light speed. May not look like much, but she's got it where it counts, kid. I've made a lot of special modifications myself.
The Falcon's like this big hot rod.
Why didn't you outrun him? I thought you said this thing was fast.
Watch your mouth, kid. You're gonna find yourself floating home.
You know, it's been customized, and you can tell the whole back end of the thing's an engine, and the cockpit's hanging off one side.
Bring me the hydro!
It's just a beaten up thing that Han Solo's pieced together and made into this hot rod spaceship.
How would we get out of this one?
You just take one look at it and go, this thing's got a history. You get the idea that it's changed hands many times and has gone through many modifications to where you're really not sure what its original form was like.
Okay, yes.
On the first Star Wars, it's much slower in its movement.
Pulverized to stay out here much longer.
By the time we did Empire, George wanted to be able to go through that asteroid belt, and it flips and turns. And to do that, if we'd used the original model that weighs maybe 70 pounds, the original 4-foot Millennium Falcon, 4 people have to lift it up. When it worked on its mechanism, you could hear the motors kind of go, you know, and it was a lot of weight for that thing to move around. It'd be much harder to do those shots. So the decision was to make a half-size model. So one person can take it, put it on a model mount, and it can do all of the movements. And if you actually look at the series, the Millennium Falcon moves much differently than it did in the first film.
George Lucas wanted his universe to sound used. That is, he wanted the sounds of the vehicles and objects in the film to sound as if they were real things, and maybe they're broken some of the time, maybe they rattle, maybe the doors are rusty when you open it. The Millennium Falcon was a prime example of this used universe. It was supposed to be a hot rod spaceship with lots of gear stuck together that maybe necessarily wasn't supposed to go together.
Don't worry.
But like a home-built racer, it was probably really loud. And it was cranky at times. It would stall and sputter and backfire. And so every attempt was made to give the Falcon that kind of character. The Falcon in Empire Strikes Back is constantly breaking down.
How's this?
I had one of my favorite sounds, which is an inertia starter off an old 1930s era biplane. It's a device that was used to start the engine. And that sound, that whining sound of the inertia starter, I don't know, it uses so many different ways, backwards and forwards, and it's all through the Falcon. You know, it's a familiar sound to those of us that grew up with Roadrunner cartoons, because the sound of the Roadrunner accelerating is an inertia starter. And that's kind of probably where I got the idea for it, because I tried to figure out what that sound was.
No, that's the good guy ship. Falcon?